September, the Supreme Court gave an order that women of all ages can enter Sabarimala. It was in January 2019, months after the order, that two women finally were able to enter the temple. There have been several protests before that. Protests continue after that. Joining me right now is Bindu and Kanakka Durga. Both of them who have shown great courage in looking past the protests, the threat to their lives, and entering the temple. But to get to them has been literally like working through a maze. We've had to dodge, we've had to take turns. It's been so difficult to get through to you. My first question to you, you have exercised your constitutional right, but you are living as if you have done some crime. You are hiding from people, you have security around, there's massive threat on your life. Did you expect this? Do you think this is fair for you? Supreme Court told you you can go to the court, you can go to the temple. You did. And here you are living, in extremely difficult circumstances.
So actually, I think I never commit any crime, but at the same time, the people protest against the verdict of Supreme Court exposed in the society. And actually, I'm not an activist or not a member of any political organization or even a club. But at the same time, I'm believing our constitution and our apex code, and I think that we entering in the premises of Sabarimala or Sannidhan, that is an important step to our gender equality, and that also upheld the validity of our Supreme Court judgment.
Kanakka Durga, let me ask you this. Do you think it's fair for the way you're living right now? You've just exercised your rights given to you by Supreme Court. Is it fair for the manner in which you have to live right now in hiding, away from your family? What do you want to tell people who are forcing you to live like this now?
തീർച്ചയായും നിലവിലിരിക്കുന്നൊരു വ്യവസ്ഥിതി മാറ്റപ്പെടുമ്പോൾ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അത് മാറ്റാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിക്കുന്ന വ്യക്തികൾക്കെതിരെ സമൂഹത്തിൽ നിന്ന് അധിക്ഷേപങ്ങളും അക്രമങ്ങളും എല്ലാം പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കാം. അത്തരത്തിലുള്ളൊരു പ്രതികരണം ഞാൻ പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചിരുന്നു. ഒരുപക്ഷെ ജീവനിൽ അപായം വരും എന്ന് തന്നെ ഉറപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇനി ചിലപ്പോൾ ഒരുപക്ഷെ നാളെ മറ്റന്നാൾ നമ്മൾ പുറത്തേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഇതെല്ലാം ഉണ്ടാവാനും ഉള്ള സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. എങ്കിലും സുപ്രീം കോർട്ട് അനുവദിച്ചു തന്നിട്ടുള്ള നമ്മുടെ സ്ത്രീകളുടെ അവകാശം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ക്ഷേത്ര ദർശനം സാധ്യമാവണം എന്നുള്ള കേരളത്തിലെ സ്ത്രീകളുടെ സ്വപ്നം, അതിലേക്കൊരു പാത വെട്ടിത്തുറക്കുക അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനൊരു വഴി കാണിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്തതിൽ എനിക്ക് അതിയായ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്.
So Kanakka Durga is saying that she knew that there would be threat to her life. She knew that there would be protests all over. She knew that living would be difficult, but she still went ahead because she thinks that this is an important step to be able to open the doors for women to worship in temples with equality. Bindu, tell me a little about your family background. And then I'll ask you, why am I really asking this question?
Actually, my parents are coming from a downtrodden family, and they are illiterate, and my father is no more. My mother is saying that no woman in the age group of 10 to 50s never go to this temple.
So she's against that?
Yeah, against that. But at the same time, I respect her opinion, and all the people shall have a right to keep their own stance.
I think that's an important point you're making. All the people have the right to make their own stand, their own position. You respect their opinion. But do you think your opinion is being respected? Yes. Do you think in today's society your opinion is being respected?
I think that most of the people from our society is also respect my opinion and support me.
Okay, so you think you have the support. Let me ask you something. When it comes to the the names that are being called to both of you, you're being equated with all kinds of things. You're being called a Maoist. You are being, the state is being, you're being called Maoist by the opposition, be the BJP, the Congress. MP Shashi Tharoor, for that matter, he said that, it was provocative on the part of the state government to have allowed these two women to go into the temple. MP Muralidharan has actually gone ahead and said that, the state has, connived, the state has done a conspiracy to make you both enter. What do you have to respond to these things?
I deny all these allegations, and one thing is that firstly, I'm not a Maoist. I have no connection with any other organizations connected to Maoist organization.
In fact, I'm told by people who know you that you walked out of CPIML because of the difference of opinion, because they were not giving you the kind of space that you wanted. So you literally walked out of that. Then you walked out of another left group from the Ramachandran group because you did not find the respect and the space that you wanted there.
Actually, I am walked out from Ramachandran group, from Kanusanyal group, and I was acted as a state secretary of CPML, and at the same time acted as a central committee member of CPML Kanusanyal section.
But you walked out of it.
Yeah, now walked out.
Right. Tell me about you. What kind of a family background do you come from? Why do I ask that? It's because, men, there are a lot of devotees who go to the temple with great devotion. But not all of them have the same kind of devotion. But when it comes to both of you being the first women to have entered the temple after the Supreme Court's order, everybody who's opposing that, many of them seem to be raising questions about your devotion. What do you have to say to that?
Actually, she is a devotee.
ഞാൻ ഈശ്വര ഭക്തയാണ്. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ സ്ത്രീകൾക്ക് പുരുഷന്മാരോടൊത്ത് തന്നെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പുരുഷന്മാരോടൊപ്പം ഉള്ള അവകാശങ്ങൾ, സഞ്ചാര സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം, ആരാധനാ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം, ഇതെല്ലാം തന്നെ സ്ത്രീകൾക്കും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ വേണം എന്ന് ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തി കൂടിയാണ്. ഫാമിലിയിൽ
Let me just translate that. So she says that she is a God believer. Are you also an Ayyappa devotee?
അയ്യപ്പ ഭക്ത എന്നല്ല, ഈശ്വര ഭക്തയാണ്. എല്ലാ ആരാധനാലയങ്ങളും ഞാൻ ദർശിക്കാറുണ്ട്.
So she's somebody who believes in God. She goes to all worship places, and but she also says that she's somebody who believes in gender equality, in gender empowerment. Adante karana ano. Is that the reason why you went to Sabarimala? Is that the reason? Gender equality, is it devotion, or is it both?
Both. എക്കാലവും ഇതിനു മുന്നേ സുപ്രീം കോടതി ഓർഡർ വരുന്നതിന് മുൻപേ തന്നെ ശബരിമല ദർശിക്കണം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവിടെ പോകണം എന്ന ആഗ്രഹമുള്ള, പൊതുവിൽ യാത്ര വളരെയധികം ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന ആളാണ്. തീർത്ഥാടന കേന്ദ്രങ്ങൾ സന്ദർശിക്കാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന ആളാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ശബരിമലയിലും പ്രവേശനം കിട്ടണം എന്ന് ആഗ്രഹിച്ചിരുന്നതാണ്. സുപ്രീം കോടതി ഓർഡർ വന്നതിന് ശേഷം ആ ആഗ്രഹത്തിന് ബലം കൂടി, അതിനനുസരിച്ച് യാത്ര തുടർന്നു.
So she says that she always wanted to go to Sabarimala, but she obviously couldn't, and after the Supreme Court's order, that enabled her, and it only strengthened her determination for that matter. What would you say to the violent protests that Kerala, that India, the world for that matter, has witnessed in Sabarimala, with so many women being stopped there forcefully? And after you both went to the temple, the kind of violence that has broken out across Kerala, what do you have to say to that?
Actually, minority people are violent and agitated from each other in the society or in this history.
What do you mean by minority people are violent?
Minority means less than 5% of total population. I think it is 2%.
Okay, so you mean a very small section of the whole society is really violent about it? Yeah.
But at the same time, many of the devotees and the progressive sections have supported our stand and always stand with us. because of that we feel that many of the devotees in the Sabarimala are supported and cooperate, and they make no problems. That shows that some parties or some peoples are clearly they shall have some political agenda. They may make some issues in the society.
Very interesting that you say that you've got support also. You know, it was very interesting to see your video when you went to Sabarimala, and the videos that were shared. You were showing the victory signs and you both were smiling. Chief Minister said that you all were even helped by the male devotees there. You know, as devotees help each other, there were male devotees who helped each other. How true is that? Were you helped there by people? Were you helped there by people?
Yeah. Some of the male devotees give water and talk.
They did?
Yeah. They give water, and also they interest to talk with us, and all shows that they have no problem.
Is it true, Bindu, that while coming back after darshan, you reached Sannidhanam or Pamba and you announced to people there that you had gone for darshan? Is that correct?
Before reaching Pamba, we announced
After
that.
darshan. After darshan, coming back to Pamba.
Yeah. I think 24 channel is telecasted that.
So you announced it.
Yes.
And what was the response of people around? You know, because there were no protesters, but devotees were there. What was the response?
No people make any protest or anything. The actual people's made some protests that people shall have no space and no time to reach there. Because of that, the devotees will have no problem.
What about you? What do you have to say? You know, when you both told people that, listen, we have finished the darshan, when we have come back, what kind of response did you get? Did you expect that kind of response?
സാധാരണ ഭക്തന്മാരോട് ഞങ്ങൾ സന്നിധാനം ദർശിച്ചു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ വളരെയധികം വിസ്മയത്തോടെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സന്തോഷത്തോടെ അതിന് പ്രതികരിച്ചവരുണ്ട്. സന്നിധാനം
ആരും ദേഷ്യപ്പെട്ടില്ലേ?
ഇല്ല. ഭക്തന്മാരായിട്ടുള്ള സാധാരണ ഭക്തന്മാരായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വ്യക്തി പോലും ഞങ്ങളെ എതിർത്തതോ പ്രതിഷേധിക്കുകയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അപായം വരുന്ന രീതിയിലോ ഒന്നും ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല.
So she claims that, you know, when they announced after darshan, they were still within the Sabarimala premises at the base camp. Before reaching base camp, they actually announced it to the devotees who had gathered there that we have had the darshan of Ayyappa, and nobody reacted in a protest manner or angrily. You know, what would you say to the fact that the Chief Minister, the opposition has claimed that the government, the Chief Minister, has a conspiracy and has got you both together and sneaked you inside in the middle of the night so you can avoid the protests, you know, sneaked you in slyly. What do you have to say to that?
We don't know the role of Chief Minister. We don't know.
Did you... What has been the role of the police with you when you reached out to the police saying that you want to go to Sabarimala? What is the kind of response you got from them?
Actually, we reached at Pamba. In that time only we approached police. And before that, any police officers or other person shall have no information about our visit to Sabarimala.
Is this the first time or is this the second time?
This is the second time.
So second time also police did not know beforehand that you were going to Sabarimala. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That is informed just we reached at Pamba.
Is that what you also say?
പോലീസുകാർ പ്രത്യേകിച്ചുള്ളൊരു പ്രൊട്ടക്ഷൻ നമ്മൾക്ക് തന്നിട്ടില്ല. സാധാരണ ഭക്തന്മാർക്ക് കൊടുക്കുന്നുള്ള പ്രൊട്ടക്ഷൻ പമ്പയിൽ എത്തിയതിനു ശേഷം പോലീസുകാരോട് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു, അതിൽ പ്രകാരമുള്ള പ്രൊട്ടക്ഷൻ തന്നു.
So she says that there was no extra protection given to them, just as any ordinary people would go. The second time when they went to Sabarimala from the base camp is when they asked for the police protection. You know, first time you all failed. You climbed up from Pamba, but you couldn't complete. There were massive protests. Weren't you scared to do this the second time? Has never thought gone into your head that, you know, you may not, you know, there could be very dire repercussions of this?
Actually, we also already informed the police officers that we never reach our homes or return to homes except visit of Sabarimala.
So you were adamant that you wanted to?
Yes, our position is adamant.
Why? Were you, because is it because you really wanted to establish gender equality?
We clearly knows that if we return to our home, we will never reach Sabarimala. Because of that, we adamantly in that position.
Now can you reach back homes? Now can you go back to your families? Now can you have a normal life? Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, I think it is possible. Yeah, the common people and progressive sections support us.
Do you think your family will accept you?
തീർച്ചയായും പ്രതിഷേധക്കാരുടെ ശക്തി എത്ര കൂടിയാൽ തന്നെ വീട്ടിലേക്ക് എത്താൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടില്ലെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ ആത്മസംതൃപ്തിയുണ്ട്. ശബരിമല ദർശിക്കാൻ പറ്റി, അതുപോലെ ലിംഗനീതി ഉറപ്പാക്കാൻ പറ്റി എന്നുള്ള ഒരു സംതൃപ്തി.
Family support ഉണ്ടോ?
ഫാമിലി സപ്പോർട്ട് ഇല്ല.
So she says she doesn't have the support of her family, but she has the satisfaction of having reached Sabarimala despite all the protests that she's seeing around. Very interestingly, I've been speaking to people who have been in touch with you, who have supported you. Dr. Prasad, he was telling me about how there was psychological tactics used. You guys were familiarized, you women were familiarized with strategies of distracting attention, of invisible guerrilla techniques, as he calls. Is that true?
Actually, in all time, I decide some crucial decisions, and she always support me. Because of no political party or any movement is behind us. Because of that, we have power. And
look at them hold their hands. I mean, just look at them and look at their smiles. Okay, you are saying that you have no political backing, but that's clearly not what the opposition is accepting.
And another interesting thing is that I like to share with you. I ask support from many groups, many political groups, and some religious caste-based groups, and feminists, from Dalit groups. They never support us. That's very painful.
Were you trained, familiarized with how to behave in panic situations, how to distract attention? Did Dr. Prasad help you with all of that, and other people along with Dr. Prasad?
ഫാമിലിയിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ഡോക്ടർ പ്രസാദ് മാനസികമായിട്ട് നമുക്കുള്ളൊരു പിന്തുണ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ടെൻഷൻ കുറയ്ക്കാനുള്ള ചില കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഫാമിലിയിൽ നിന്നും പ്രതിഷേധം ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് ഇത്തിരി നേരമൊക്കെ ടെൻഷൻ ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്. എങ്കിലും ഈ ഒരു ലക്ഷ്യത്തിലേക്ക് എത്തുക എന്നുള്ളതായിരുന്നു ആത്യന്തികമായിട്ടുള്ള ആഗ്രഹം.
So she says that there were people like Dr. Prasad and several others. I'm saying Dr. Prasad because I've spoken to him, but there are several others who helped them with various techniques of how to deal with things, how to deal with emotions, how to deal in panic situations. Kerala is at the brink of a very different kind of a politics right now, of a very different social culture right now. What do you feel when you see the kind of violence around, when you see the kind of protests around, when you see the kind of people around, when you see the kind of support around? What do you feel about this? All because both of you managed to exercise your constitutional right and enter Sabarimala. What do you have to say about this?
Actually, some of the political parties used the space of Sabarimala, and they play vote banking or vote politics. Actually, that fact is disclosed in the society. Enough.
Did you get support from the Chief Minister, from the government?
He never directly contact us or give any offer. But at the same time, now I think that the position of government and other left groups are support us.
What do you have to say? ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷൻ കാണുമ്പോൾ, when you see this kind of a situation around you, what do you have to say? What do you want to tell women and men?
ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു അവസ്ഥ കാണുമ്പോൾ, അക്രമം പടർന്നു പിടിക്കുന്ന ഈ ഒരു അവസരത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് സഹതാപം തോന്നുന്നത് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, യാഥാസ്ഥിതിക മനോഭാവങ്ങൾ വെച്ച് പുലർത്തുന്ന ഒരു പറ്റം ആളുകൾ അവരുടെ കടുംപിടുത്തങ്ങൾ ഒഴിവാക്കാതെ നിസ്സഹായരായ മനുഷ്യരെയും വീട് വാഹനങ്ങൾ ഇതെല്ലാം തല്ലിപ്പൊളിക്കുന്ന ആ ഒരു അസഹിഷ്ണുത കാണുമ്പോൾ വളരെ നമ്മുടെ സാമൂഹ്യ അവസ്ഥയെക്കുറിച്ച് പരിതാപകരമായ ഒരു അന്തരീക്ഷം, അതിൽ ദുഃഖം തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇത്തരത്തിൽ അക്രമങ്ങൾ അഴിച്ചുവിടുന്ന ഈ സഹോദരന്മാർ ആലോചിക്കേണ്ടത് ഒന്നുകൂടി പുരോഗമനപരമായി ചിന്തിക്കുകയും നല്ല ഐക്യത്തോടുകൂടി സമാധാനത്തോടുകൂടി എല്ലാ മനുഷ്യർക്കും ജീവിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു അന്തരീക്ഷം ഇവർക്ക് സൃഷ്ടിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമെന്നുള്ള ഒരു ആഗ്രഹം.
So she says that Kanakka Durga says that she's extremely saddened with what she's seeing around. She believes that the men who are the brothers who are at the center of creating all of this violence across in the society have the ability to rethink, to come together in unity. Talking about Sabarimala specifically, do you think devotees, lots of people are saying that we are not ready for this change?
Actually, we trace the history of Kerala and India. Many evil customs were here, and sati was practiced, and granddaughter was married by grandfather, and some evil practices practiced here. All these are abolished by laws or court orders, and that time that was supported by majority of the people, especially women, and because of that shows that this is also opposed by majority people. But the interesting fact is that majority is not opposed, but the minority is opposed here.
Minority, you mean a small section of the society?
Yes, definitely. Small section of people.
Last word, Kanakka Durga, എന്തുവാ പറയാനുള്ളത്?
നവോത്ഥാന മേഖലയിൽ പണ്ട് തൊട്ടേ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചരിത്രം എടുത്തു നോക്കിയാൽ അറിയാം, നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിൽ ഒട്ടേറെ അനാചാരങ്ങളും സാധാരണ ജനജീവിതം സുഗമമാവാത്ത പലതരത്തിലുള്ള ആചാരങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന കേരള സമൂഹത്തിൽ പല പല നവോത്ഥാന നായകന്മാരും അതുപോലെ നായികമാരും ഇറങ്ങി തിരിച്ചതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾക്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ ഉള്ള ഒരു സുഗമമായ ജീവിതം സാധ്യമായിട്ടുള്ളത്.
And do you think that you are one of those people who have ushered a new beginning for Kerala? Do you see that like that?
തീർച്ചയായും ഇനി വരുന്ന ശബരിമലയിലേക്ക് യാത്ര തിരിക്കാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന സ്ത്രീകൾക്ക് ഒരു പ്രചോദനമായി ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് രണ്ടുപേർക്കും നിൽക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചു എന്നുള്ളതിൽ വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷം തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്, സംതൃപ്തിയുണ്ട്.
She's very satisfied and she's very happy that for the women who now want to go to Sabarimala, they stand as an example. Bindu, in Supreme Court, this whole decision, there are petitions which have been filed for review. It's coming up in the court on 22nd. But the court never said, don't go to Sabarimala. They never had a wait. They did not have a stay order. But people are saying, why are you in such a hurry to go to Sabarimala? Why are women in such a big hurry? Why are women between 10 to 50 years of age in such a hurry? Why are activists in such a hurry to go to Sabarimala? Can't you wait till January 22nd? What is your response to them?
Actually, Supreme Court decision is binding to all subordinate courts and all other organs of the society and also people. But at the same time, the people from opposite sections raise another allegations and they never accept the verdict. I think they also denied our constitutional principles and constitutional validity. And
who denied?
The opposite sections of the people, and they never ready to accept the verdict of Supreme Court. And but another thing also I supplemented here. Some of the leaders of the political parties and some other sections also says that and demanded ordinance. How it is possible? Article 13 of the Constitution clearly says that any law or any provision made against or contradicting to our fundamental rights is to be void.
Okay.
And in Keshavananda Bharati, it is clearly says that basic structure cannot be amended.
Right. And of course, this is now more than that, it's a constitutional right for all of you.
Yes, it is constitutional right. At the same time, I just supplemented another thing. The Tantri of Sabarimala violated constitutional principles.
Oh, you're making a very important point here. Within hours of you both entering, the temple actually shut down for 1.5 hours.
That is the violation of constitution and also the verdict of Supreme Court. And I'm coming from Dalit family. I'm a Dalit, and he washed out the premises or the Sannidhan or the Sri Kovil. That is a clear violation of my right. He practiced untouchability, and at the same time he violated Supreme Court verdict, and because of that I'm filed against Tantri, and I'm moving for my rights.
You're appealing in court?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you both say you respect people who oppose you.
Yes.
I hope that you get the respect that you deserve, and I hope that you will be able to live freely in this independent country for the opinion that you hold so strongly and legally have exercised your constitutional right. Bindu and Kanakka Durga, thank you for talking to NDTV. There you have two women who wrote history by becoming the first set of women to enter Sabarimala after the Supreme Court gave the order for all women to enter. With camera person SP Babu, Sneha Koshi for NDTV.